So welcome to day 30, and sadly it feels like my cold is coming back. I don't know what's going on. Yesterday I was feeling pretty good, and then all of a sudden today it just kind of started to hit me again. I know it's been pretty rough and it's been going around a lot, so who knows what's going on. But anyway, today was artist study day. Still, unfortunately, just doing the minimum and still focusing on hands. I am going to refrain from naming the artist today, simply because for this one in particular, I don't have confirmation that I have the right artist. So look down in the comments or in the description below to get the usual links and artist names, and that way, if I get corrected at some point, I'll be able to actually update it with the accurate information, and the video won't be reflecting inaccurate information. So I apologize to you artists whose images I'm studying today. I please look down in the description for your credit. Um, but this one is a really interesting piece, one that I have loved for a number of years now, and I'm trying to get the hands right. It's just this kind of wonderful. I don't want to say natural pose, but it's this kind of picturesque, iconic, high art, masterwork kind of hand gestures going on here. That first hand I struggled with so much. I made it way too big to begin with, and I think I may have made it too small in trying to correct that. But I feel like I got the pose or the gesture mostly down okay. The second hand came together a lot easier, although it's still far from perfect, and it doesn't quite line up with the rest of the image. If I were to flesh out the rest of this study, I would need to make some serious adjustments to a few things because there's definitely some proportional and placement issues going on there. But I feel like I'm getting a lot out of this. And moving on to this study, which is far more stylized and cartoony, a real step over from the highly rendered, more kind of classical look of the first study. The hands in this one are super simple, which I think is good practice. It's just reducing it as much as possible to its most basic kind of shapes and components, and trying to make that work. On this first one, I feel like the kind of twist of the hand is a little bit too extreme. It doesn't really feel like it's properly gripping this object that he's holding, a sword. Yeah, the angle's just a bit off. In the original, it's not quite so dramatic. And I think I kind of squished those the ring, middle, and pinky together a little bit on that one. The distant hand I think turned out a little bit better, but I think that's mostly by the grace of, it's much more in perspective. You don't see quite as much of it. It was a little bit easier to fake it. So that's it for day 30, and hopefully this cold will go away soon. More to come.